Happy Monday, everybody. Donnie Baker here with you, LPR Sound Foundation. I'm still at ES Audio Recording Studios today, and we are bringing you the good, the bad, and the ugly from Studio A here at ES Audio Recording Studios. And that's right, we're still looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly this week. Next week, we're going to be doing the fan favorites. So while you're here, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's any piece of gear that you want me to review next week. So if you guys are ready to go look at the good, the bad, and the ugly in Studio A, let's go. So the good piece of gear in our Studio A that we're going to talk about today is the Audient ASP4816 analog console. The console is strictly analog, so it's not a controller. It's not like, it doesn't control software or anything. So up here at the top, coming in, there's 16 mic pre's. These are the 16 mic pre's there. Let's talk about each one. They're all the same. So if we talk about one, then they're all the same. So the blue knob there is the mic pre. You can switch to line. You can switch the meters in. There's two different meters right there. So one is the line in and one's the line out. You could flip those if you want to see them differently. Next we have the DAW input is the red knob there. That's coming back from your DAW. And that's going to come onto this channel here. So you can adjust the gain on that. But we leave the gains at pretty much unity there at 0. So, but the blue knob there is the mic pre. You can change it to line, which gives you another 16 line ins. So you could have 32 line ins on the rails. We'll talk about that in a sec. You do have an insert, phase flip, or polarity switch, 48 and a low cut. I'm not really sure where the low cut is. I think it's at 50, if I remember right. Next we have in line, we have the matrix, which is where this is where you route it to these are the 16 bus masters. You can route the channels to one of the 16 or multiples of the 16 buses out. Next we have the auxiliaries. There's 6 auxiliaries and 2 Qs. There's a QA and a QB. Now the Qs can also be an auxiliary if you need more during a mixdown or something. Next we get to the EQ section. Now the EQ section, similar to the Allen and Heath in Studio B, can be split between you can split the high shelf and low shelf, and between the faders, the short fader and the long fader, which we're going to get to in a sec. And then there's a high mid and a low mid. Then there's the input gain. Now this is the output of the mic pre going to the master bus. Okay, that's the adjustment on that, and you can pan it. There's a pan on there, so you can when you're in mix, you could pan it. You could actually flip it to the mix. You can actually flip the short fader and long fader just like you can on the SSLs. Okay, and if you do need another auxiliary, you can also add this back into, you can add the long fader signal back into a short fader and make that short fader output another auxiliary. We sometimes do that if we have to make a Q mix and ride the Q mix. It might be a live recording. We'll flip those back up to these faders if we're not using all the faders, and we'll send those out to a Q mix. So coming over here, we have 4 stereo returns. The stereo returns do not have EQ on them, but I can send them to the foldbacks, to the Qs. Okay, there's 2 foldbacks, A and B, and then there's this is the monitor, part of the monitor section. There's 2 foldbacks, and then there's also, I can send the signal into the speakers in the live room, so we can play back in there if we need to. These are the auxiliary. Like I said earlier, these are the bus masters. These are the auxiliary masters. Okay, and then we have the monitor section. Now we have four different speakers on here, basically. We got the Auratones, NS10s, HS8s, and then we have the big PA system up here, which is just loud. Okay, of course it's got everything you need. It's got the mono switch, left cut, right cut. There's an oscillator you can send over to the tape machine if you need to, or through the buses if you need to check meters. There is a solo in place. You could adjust the levels of solo in place. This is a built-in bus compressor, SSL style. I'll pause there for a second. You guys can look at the numbers and you'll recognize the numbers from SSL. Then we have communication for the control room or the headphones or wherever we're sending it to. These are 8 buses that we can route things to in a mix. So it gives us 8 more. So for a total, I think there's 48 total on a mix down on this. Not bad. Very similar to the one in Studio B. Even though the footprint on this is smaller, in Studio B there's 32 full channels, and this one is only 16. But this is the good one. So let's run some signal through and see. Let's just run some signal through there and see what we got going on. So what I got up here is I have just a drum pattern we're going to play through here. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it from strictly in the box. First one you're going to hear is going to be strictly in the box. The next one that we hear is going to also, I'm going to run it through the console. All right, let's take a listen to it through the console. We're only using channel 1 and 2. Routed to the mix bus, to the master bus. Now let's turn on that mix bus compressor. So that would be the Audient ASP4816. I know that you couldn't really hear that great, but if you guys want to, what we'll do, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll do a full-blown tour of just the console if you like. We'll run some different signal through there. I just wanted to show you the difference between in the box and the mix by itself, and then the mix with the master bus compressor punched in there. So let me know in the comments if you want to run, if you need more of a tour of the Audient, and we'll definitely do that for you. Okay, so that was the Audient ASP4816. Now, I know that there's some other gear in this room. Okay, there's a couple of pieces of gear in this room. We're going to talk about the bad. All right, there's some other good stuff in here. Next week, don't forget, we're going to talk about the fan favorites. So if you guys want to see any of this other gear, specifically this is our compressor rack. Let me know if you want to see anything specific in here. Okay, you want to hear anything specific in there. There's the SSL Bus Plus. There's an Audient ASP800. Just more mic pre's. They're the same as the ones that's on the console. Okay, but I know I'm going to get some hate mail for this, but let's talk about the bad piece of gear that's in this room. Can you guys guess which one I think is the bad piece of gear? I'm going to start to zone in on it here, and I'll let you know in a second which one I think is the bad one. Yes, it's the Avalon 737. I do not like this piece of equipment. I don't like the mic pre sounds terrible to me. I just don't like it. And go ahead, start leaving comments now, because y'all could argue with me if you want. But I just don't like the preamp on it. It just doesn't sound right. You know, I've got other preamps. I've got some 1081s, got some 1073s, got some, this ART is not what it appears. It's got some different tubes in it, but there's just better preamps. The preamps on the console sound better than the Avalon. I've just never been a fan of the Avalon. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run some signal through the Avalon for you and let you hear it. I do use it for the compressor, and I do use it for the EQ. Specifically, I might run a kick drum through it or a bass guitar. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to run each one of those. I'm going to run a kick drum through it, and then a bass guitar. I do have it patched in and ready to go. So let me patch in the kick drum, and we'll take a listen to it. So this will be the kick drum without the Avalon. No Avalon on that one. So now let's try it with. So now let's try it with the Avalon. Okay, here is the kick drum with the Avalon. That's just the compressor on the Avalon. There's the showing the compression. Compressing it pretty hard. Slow down the release a little bit. I like it a little bit punchier. So I'll speed up the release. Let's throw this EQ in there. Get a little more click on my kick drum out the EQ. Sidechain those mids a little bit if we need to the compressor. We'll EQ first, then compress. So there you go. There's that's kind of the way I would set it up. Let me take it out. So that's just the raw kick drum. I took it out, bypassed it. Let's run a little bass through there, shall we? Okay, that's just the raw bass, nothing on it. A little light compression. Kind of a heavy compression, a little EQ. It sounds way better. Let me take it out. So that's the raw bass by itself. Yeah, the Avalon's great for that, but for vocals, no. No, I'm not doing it. And go ahead and argue with me in the comments there, because I'll just let you know that I don't like it, and that's what it is. This is probably the worst piece of gear I have in this. In other than these things. The studio projects, honestly, these things aren't even plugged in. They're just holding up a hole there, they're just there filling up a hole. You know, we definitely don't use those. But you know what's ironic about these is that it's got the same tube. This has the same tube that's in the Avalon. Yes, it does. Absolutely, it's the same tube. These at the time were like what, $159? How much was the Avalon? How many thousands of dollars was the Avalon? Yeah, I don't know how it got its height, but it wasn't from sounding good, that's for sure. Yeah, I just don't use the preamp. I do use the EQ and the compressor because those sound great. I mean, it's a pretty versatile EQ. I don't mind it, but there you go. That's the bad piece of gear in Studio A. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. Let me know in the comments your viewpoint on the Avalon 737. Now let's talk about the ugly piece of gear that's in the room. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's ugly. Now my ugly piece that I want to talk about is this LA4. It's a Urei LA4. These are from 1975, 1976, I believe. It's ugly. I mean, it's pretty basic. There's two knobs on it. Basically, there's four knobs. There's a little one on the inside there and one on the outside. But what we're going to do is we're going to run some guitar through it. I do like these on electric guitar and acoustic guitar. They're not bad. So let's run some guitar through there, shall we? So here's the guitar electric guitar with nothing on it. So I'll adjust the compressor while it's running. You guys can see what the compressor's doing. I know you can hear it. Press it a little harder. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about this is there's not a bypass switch. Let's try some acoustic guitar, shall we? So there's the acoustic guitar with nothing on it. It's clean. Let's see what the acoustic guitar sounds like through the LA4. Okay, there it is through the LA4. Let's do some adjusting, shall we? That's nice. Smooth. Feels good. Let's run one more time without it. Let me remove it. And this is without. That LA4 certainly handles, certainly gives that some character. Just a lot of character. It's ugly. It's not a pretty piece of gear. I do have a pair of them, and we recently had them recapped and redone this year, and they are sounding pretty good. I got to admit. So, with that, let's call this one in the can. Call this one done. This has been this of course has been brought to you by ES Audio Recording Studios in lovely Los Angeles, California. This is our Studio A. If you guys have never been here before, I'll put a link to the website there so you can see everything. Just check it out. We got some great gear here, man. And if don't forget, next week we're going to be doing the fan favorites. So let me know in the comments which one, if there's any piece of gear that you want to see, any piece of gear that you want to hear from this room or Studio B, or even the podcast studio. Y'all let me know, and I'll just I'll run it through. I'll run it down for you. You just let me know, and we'll get to it. Again, I appreciate y'all hanging out, and we will see you next time. All right, hopefully you guys found some good information in there. Hey, I'm sorry about the Avalon. If anybody wants to argue with me about that, let's do it in the comments so everybody could see that I'm right. I just don't like the Avalon, man. I know I'm weird. I've always been weird. I've always been that way. So I just don't like the preamp on it, man. Yeah, the EQ and the compressor works great. And listen, I know that the sound isn't great on when we do it. When we do this kind of thing like this, I know the sound's not that great. But if you guys want, let me know in the comments. And if you want to do like an extensive review on the Avalon or any other piece of gear in the studio, let me know. Now, next week, we're going to be doing fan favorites. So if there's anything that you guys want to see more of, let me know in the comments. I'll come back in here and show you some cool stuff. But yeah, if you want to dive deeper into the thing, we can fit that in. We'll fit that in. Now, next month coming up, I know it's early to be talking about next month, but next month it's going to be Pro Tools tip month. The whole month, man, we're talking about nothing but Pro Tools, okay? So this should be fun and interesting, and I'm not too bad with Pro Tools. I'm pretty good. I mean, even though today is my second day using it, I figured it out, you know? So I've got some stuff. No, look, I've been using Pro Tools since 2002, 2003, so version 3.0. So yeah, I know a little something about Pro Tools. So yeah, I'm here to help, man. I'm here to help boost y'all up. You know what I mean? Help you out with it. So hey, don't forget, man. We got the mic giveaway Let me go ahead and throw that in there for you real quick. We got the microphone give. I'm giving away some microphones. Dude, they're honestly 100% free. All you got to do is get signed up, man. Go to learnprorecording.com/mic giveaway. Get signed up. We're going to pull a name out the hat, and I'm going to mail you some microphones. Unless you're local, you can come over and pick them up. You know, if you're right down the street, bro, come on over, man. I got you. All right. If you need to know about more of the gear here in Studio A, I've got a gear list for you. It's learnprorecording.com/gear list. Go get that. If you want to see all the gear, most of the gear on there has links. So you can click it. If you want to know a little bit more about this console, there's a link. You want to know a little bit more about the microphones that we use for the podcast here, there's a link for it. So go grab that, man. learnprorecording.com/gear list. Get that. Hey, let me know if there is anything that you guys want me to talk about. We could do a special episode, or we could do, we could put it into the list. Like I said, next month is all about Pro Tools. So if you got some Pro Tools questions, let's start getting them in now. I'll talk to you more about that next week, about how to submit questions. Just send them to my email, man. Just if you got a specific question about Pro Tools that you need to know something about right now, info@learnprorecording.com. I'm here for you. That's my job. That's why I'm here. So I'm glad you guys got to hang out for this stuff. I kind of I wasn't really feeling the gig today, man. It was I don't know, man. There's so much good gear in here. It was really difficult to talk about the best one. You know, I picked the console because it is a good piece of gear. It's just there's so much other good gear in here. I had a really hard time picking which one I wanted to share with you. But the Audient is it's a console. I love talking about consoles. You guys know that. So even on that, man, you want me to dive deeper into that, we can dive deeper into that. So, hey, I appreciate you hanging out. We'll see you Thursday on the live. Yeah, I know I missed last Thursday, but I had a group coaching call the same day. So it was a little bit difficult to do both at the same time. And we've been pretty busy. The studio's been pretty busy. So this coming Thursday, I think I'll be okay. And we'll try Thursday live. Let me know in the comments if Thursday's not a good day. I could do Monday live or Tuesday live, whatever, man. Let me know what's the best day for you guys to do the live thing. I just want to come. I just want to be available for you. If you got questions, comments, or concerns, you can come on to a live broadcast with me. We'll chat. We'll talk about it. We do it on YouTube and Twitch. I tried to do it on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn kind of didn't like it and they kicked me out. So maybe it was the music that I played or something. Whatever. I don't know. But we're generally on YouTube and Twitch. So it's free. So come hang out with me, man. Come ask questions. So Thursday live. At the moment, we're going to call it Thursday live, but we might move it to Mondays. We'll see. Going forward. But let me know. Wednesday blog post, as always. Look for it. Just go to the website. The website's learnprorecording.com. Right at the top. Blog post. Click. Go check it out. So again, my name is Donnie Baker. I'm the founder and CEO. CEO. Like I make money. I'm the founder of Learn Pro Recording, LPR Sound Foundation, and I'm here to help. I'm just here to help you with whatever you need help with, business-wise, audio-wise. You know, we say that you're learning the art and business of recording. That's what we do. I teach you the art and business of recording, and that's why I'm here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Donnie B, I'm out here. See you next time. Peace.